So I played God of War, and it was absolutely amazing.
Amazing.
Let's just go ahead and throw that out there.
Amazing.
Easily one of the best games I think I've ever played, like genuinely. I gave it a try like a couple years ago, and honestly, didn't really care for it, didn't really give it that much of a go. It just was not really feeling it, but I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and give it another shot, and oh my goodness, am I glad that I did, because this was amazing. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I would genuinely put it top 3 games I've ever played. Maybe that's crazy. Maybe you guys wouldn't go that far, but I would. So throughout the entire game, I was taking notes down of key things, things I loved, because I knew I was gonna make this video. Like, after playing a few hours, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to make a video. But I'll be honest, I didn't want to sit down and record the game while I was playing it. So I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to explain the plot, I'm going to talk through the game, and I'm going to give it my rating at the end. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. Very different from any type of video I've done before, but it's what we're doing. So, to start things off, the plot. What are you doing in the game? Who are the characters? Basically, you play as Kratos, who is a god, or at least a demigod. I was a little confused because they kept calling him a god, but I'm pretty sure he's a demigod. Not totally sure. Basically, he is Zeus's son. But this game does not take place in Greek mythology. It takes place in Norse mythology, I believe, which is like right up my alley. I love all that stuff. It's so interesting to me. Basically, the game starts off, his wife dies, and he has a son. His son's name is Atreus or Atreus. I think it's Atreus. Yeah, so basically the game takes place with these 2 characters at the forefront of the game. Him and his son. Kratos, you know, he's not the most loving. He's pretty rough guy. But, you know, he has his reasons, I guess. But the wife dies. I don't even think we ever see her, I'll be honest. We just see her body wrapped up. And we collect her ashes, and the main plot, you could say, is trying to take her ashes to the highest peak to like let them out into the wind, which was her dying wish, basically. So they set off to do that. Does it go that smooth? Not at all. As I'm recording this, I'm just looking at myself, but you guys are going to be seeing what I'm talking about. So the first major thing that happens is a stranger shows up to our little cabin. You're seeing it right now. It's crazy. Basically, bro is like tatted up. He comes knocking. Atreus hides because obviously we don't want him getting into trouble with stuff. You know, as rough as we may be with him, we still care about him. Don't want him to die. So, you know, we tell him to hide. But yeah, this stranger comes in. He comes knocking. He's looking for answers. Kratos is not one to give answers, and things go down. This guy is an absolute beast. He's not taking any damage. He's trash talking the whole time. And then we kill him. We crush him with a rock.
How incredibly disappointing.
Spoiler alert for later, bro is not dead. But during this whole fight, we like crack the earth. We create these like chasms. It's a god level fight, right? It's crazy. You just saw it. What do you think? But yeah, so that happened. That was pretty cool. That was the first like crazy thing that happened. I mean, it happens like pretty quickly in the game. Also, after spoiling something already, but it's early in the game, so who cares? If it wasn't obvious in this video, spoilers for the game. I'm not gonna spoil the ending. I'm gonna talk a little bit about it, obviously, but like I'm not gonna spoil the whole thing. So for any of you guys who like want to play the game but also want to watch the video, don't worry, the very ending will not be spoiled. And a lot of in-between stuff I'm not going to be talking about. This is just kind of, you know, some of the highlights that I like to have that be known. Moving on, we're going to do a little like time skip. There's quite a bit of just like a little bit of exploration, but basically we get to forgive me, I don't know what it's called, the big lake, the Great Lake. That's what I'm going to call it, the Great Lake. And basically there's these statues of different gods, like Thor, for example. And then we get to this one, and old Atreus reads a rune, I believe is what happens, and it says to throw your weapon in the water, something along those lines. So what do? We throw the Leviathan axe in the water. By the way, I didn't really explain it. The Leviathan axe, it's kind of like Mjolnir, but it's ice and it's an axe, so kind of like Stormbreaker, I guess. You can throw it, you can recall it, and it also freezes your enemies. It's awesome. It is awesome. Yeah, so we throw it into the water, and absolute chaos goes down. The lake is like draining or something, I don't even know. Going crazy, and then the biggest freaking snake you've ever seen emerges. I thought we were absolutely beyond cooked, but turns out the snake is a sweetheart and we are scot-free. So, turns out bro's just a chill guy. He just wanted to, you know, vibe and not be underwater, so that happened, but it looked freaking awesome, so I figured I'd bring it up.
Stay calm, boy.
I am! This is great!
It speaks?
Yeah! Mom said he's friendly!
What does it say?
I don't know! That was amazing! Wait! There's the shipwreck way over there. See that? And there's a statue of Thor. Except I can see a lot more of him now.
The water dropped, and the serpent rose.
Let's go into a little bit of like the stuff that I liked about the gameplay and upgrades. In this game, basically the gameplay is really, really solid. There's a great mix of like puzzles that are actually like fun and interesting, and then, you know, like actually just like killing stuff, which is also fun and awesome. It is a really good mix. All of the puzzles I really enjoyed, which is not usually my attitude towards puzzles and games. Usually I'm kind of like, okay, can I get through this any quicker so I can actually play the game? In this, most of them were actually really, really fun. I enjoyed exploring, looking for chests and stuff, which was all extra stuff you don't have to do, but I genuinely enjoyed it. And then the upgrades were cool. You're able to like get different types of armor that has different perks. You have all of these like, you have your lists of like your strength, your defense, your runic, like you have all these things that you can upgrade, and different armors do different things. I focus very heavily on strength, secondhand, defense, and everything else was okay if I get it, and I think it went pretty smoothly. You have so many skills for yourself you can upgrade, both with your axe and your shield, and something later on that I won't spoil just yet, and also Atreus. So lots of stuff to upgrade, lots of skills. It was genuinely really, really fun. You can get all sorts of runic, light, and heavy attacks. Very customizable, and it was really nice system. I definitely liked it. That being said, the one thing I did not like is randomly the game was really, really difficult. And you're probably thinking, okay, you're just a wuss, like it's not that bad. And it wasn't that bad. It was more the randomness of it. I think I might be jumping ahead. I'll be honest, it's been a little bit since I played this part of the game that I'm talking about. Hence why I took notes so I would remember it. But at some point in the game, and I don't know if it's now, we use the Bifrost to go to like the Dark Elf world, or maybe it's the regular like Elfenheim or something. I don't know, there were Dark Elves there. Randomly, one of the boss fights in that was genuinely the hardest boss fight in the entire game. I barely died playing this game, but I died like 6 times trying to destroy that stupid thing. randomly so hard, and then like the final boss fight of the entire game, which I'll talk about and show later, was like light work compared to it. It wasn't easy, but like I don't know. It was like the game was like really randomly like difficult at times, like that. That was the main instance, but I don't know. It was a little weird. Like, okay, here's this weird elf thing that like took forever, and I died so many times, and now we're fighting a literal god who is invincible, and it's easier. So that part was a little weird. That's literally, I think, the only negative about this game, and it's not even that bad. So, you know that's a W game when that's the case. Now, speaking of crazy boss fights, the dragon. We are trying to get to the top of, I'll be honest, I don't remember what it's called, but the highest peak in all of Midgard to spread her ashes, of course. And so we're making our way through the mountain. We finally go up. We're going up on this lift, and a freaking dragon attacks us. Not just any dragon, like a full-on like electricity dragon. It was crazy. The visuals were insane. It was also like low-key terrifying. And then after we hit it up a little bit, it just leaves, and it's like, okay, cool, nice.
Hey, so sorry to interrupt. Jackson's editor here. Jackson gives some grace. He totally forgot. I don't know how he thought the dragon just flew away. Like, I don't know how he mixed it up, because this dragon, we absolutely freaking murder it. I mean, we blow its throat out. I'll show you in a second. You're about to see it. But yeah, give some grace. I'll try if anything like Jackson actually messes up anything, I'll let you know. I'll try to let you know. But yeah, thanks. Anyways.
Well then, and I haven't really talked about them yet, but basically we meet these dwarves. They're brothers, but they hate each other and they don't work with each other anymore. We actually don't see them together for a long time. They basically just spend the entire time trashing on each other. But we find out they actually made our axe as well as a bunch of other weapons, and they're the ones who upgrade your loot throughout the game. And they're dwarves, so they can just like teleport around apparently. Well, one of them is getting absolutely cooked by this dragon now. So yeah, I thought we weren't gonna have to kill it, but then it was doing this, so we do. And the fight, as you can see, is insane. It was one of the craziest boss fights ever. It was so cool. And then we have to like cut out its tooth or something to upgrade stuff. I don't know. It was pretty awesome. That was like a highlight of the game. Okay, next we make it to the peak, right? Top of the hill, The mountain, I mean. I'm literally drawing a blank. I'm pretty sure they say the name of the mountain or something, but I don't even know. Basically, we start climbing to the very top. We're so close. We start hearing voices. This is where we find out that we did not kill that guy, and sure enough, he was there with 2 henchmen or something, we don't really know at this point in the game, talking to someone. So we kind of like eavesdrop a little bit, make our way around the mountain more, and that's when they leave, and then we go to the very top, right where they were, and start talking to the person who they were talking to, who ends up being Mimir, who becomes a very key point of the game moving forward. Basically, he's the wisest man in all the realms, but Odin, that's right, Odin, basically imprisoned him there and took one of his eyes. So he's stuck there, but he's obviously very wise, so we talk to him. He kind of knows us already because, well, you know. I honestly forget exactly what he has us do, but basically he wants to join us on our journey, but he's been imprisoned by Odin, so, you know, it's not easy. So he has us break him out. But, oh, by the way, he's like imprisoned like in a tree. His body's like morphed with a tree. So there's no easy way to, you know, break him out. So, you know, what do? We free him, right? No, we literally chop off his head. Straight up. Chop off his head. He's done. I mean, he's done. No one's surviving that. But I can't believe I forgot this. A key character that we meet earlier, she's the witch of the forest or whatever. But yeah, basically, Mimir believes that if we take his head to her, she will be able to like make him alive again, but just as a head. So that's what we do. We go to the witch, and she does exactly that. So now we have Mimir as just like a head that we keep on our side, wearing it like a fanny pack the entire game. Honestly, I like his dynamic. He's really funny, and he's also, you know, a very cool addition to the game, and he's with us till the end. Another thing I like about this game is Atreus's arrows. Throughout the whole game, not only can you upgrade them to do more damage and stuff, but you can actually change the effect that they have during combat and for different, like, puzzles. Basically, you can use light arrows to shoot at crystals throughout the game to make light bridges, and then also like shock arrows to explode stuff to get through different areas. So you can kind of like change it around. It's honestly really cool. We also get these special like green magic arrows. They're pretty cool looking, but something's weird about them, and I'll get to that in a second. And that leads me to another thing. All the exploration is awesome. You can do so much of it, especially using those arrows to do stuff. You can get chests, upgrade for yourself. Like, you could explore for, oh my gosh, so long. I finished the game, the main story, and there was still like at least like 2 realms that I never even went to that I believe I could go to at the end of the game. Honestly, I could keep playing that game for another 30 hours probably, just doing all the side stuff. Now, going back to those arrows, when we're at the witch, she sees those arrows and she like slaps them out of Atreus' hands, or Atreus. I'm gonna probably call him multiple different things in this video, I'm sorry. Don't get offended. But you grab this shit, she's like, those things are cursed, like get them out of here. She tosses them into the fire. Now, I didn't think anything of it other than she's a crazy old witch. It's important for later. Basically, in one of the fights, his strap, his like quiver, there we go, that's the word, quiver strap, basically gets kind of like broken, so he's kind of like holding it together. And Kratos is like, what are you doing, bro? Like, come on, fix yourself up. So he snaps one of the arrows and uses part of the shaft to like hold it together, I guess. So it's, you know, it's sharp, which seems like nothing, but it will in the end of the game. Little spoiler. Then the rest of those arrows get thrown into the fire and destroyed by the witch. Also, another thing, and I don't have it in my notes, so I'm assuming it happened at the same time, we find out that the witch is not who we thought she was. She's actually Freya, and she's a god who is married to Odin and is Thor's mom. Mind blowing, but she's in hiding right now. She does not attribute herself with Odin at all. Pretty crazy plot twist, and it leads to some absolute craziness at the end of the game. Now we get to none other than the 2 people who were with the stranger, who his name is Balder, by the way. I think that's how it's said. These are the 2 people that were with him. They're actually Thor's sons. I think they were called Magni and like Modi, I think. They're crazy. I mean, they both have electric-based powers. Who would have thought? And they're pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie. But not crazy enough, basically. They jump us, and it doesn't go well for them. As you're seeing right now, we're absolutely dogging on them, and we kill one of them. I forget which one we kill. I want to say it was Magni. Yeah, he's dead.
Don't tell me. Stay behind me, boy. Why do you hunt us? What does Odin want?
Odin, come here, half-breed. You don't know that is hand.
Shut up! Don't call me that!
Can't believe you've lasted this long. Those skinny little arms can barely lift up.
I said shut up!
Calm yourself, boy.
Looks like they need another lesson. Teach, brother. I'll take the run. Look at you. Weak scream. I bet Daddy's embarrassed after training.
Shut it out. Focus.
Well, geez. Oh, that must have been some war that made it the last embers.
I'll kill you!
Trial. Control yourself.
No! How did you... You have no idea. You son of a bitch!
And Atreus is like, or Atreus, my bad. He starts questioning like, Dad, how did you just kill a god? By the way, I didn't mention it. Atreus does not know that his dad is a god, nor does he know that he is one. Which, like, okay, bro, like, how do you not know? But whatever. So we kill one of them. The other one is like crazy angry. Mind you, they're like dissing Atreus' mom like crazy during this fight for no real reason other than just make him so angry. And this is where things get a little interesting later on. Actually, maybe he knows he's a god during this. I honestly forget the timeline. It's right around here where he does find out he is a god and his dad is as well. And again, I'm a little foggy on the timeline to this stuff, so mind you if this video is a little sporadic and you've played the game and you're like, well, what are you doing? You're mixing up the timeline. My bad. These are just key things that I liked, okay? But it should be roughly in the order the game goes. At some point, we go to hell. Literally, we go to Helheim, and this place is crazy. Atreus, bro, gets like cooked. Like he's in rough shape. I think after the fight with Thor's sons, and he's like, I thought he was gonna die. Not gonna lie, he looked bad. We needed to get the heart of the guard in hell. Yeah, to save him. So Freya, the witch, was looking after him and needed the heart to save him. So Kratos goes to Helheim. We get the heart. That's a whole other thing. My goodness. And then we save him. Our boy's all right. All is well. Yeah, and that's Helheim. It's rough. And then our next, like, side mission, again, our main mission is to get to the highest peak, and you might be thinking, whoa, like 10 minutes ago you said you got there. No, Mimir told us that that is not actually the highest peak, and that the highest peak is actually in Jotunheim. You might be thinking, hey, easy, just go to the Bifrost and go there like all the other realms. No, the gate for it is just like gone. Like it just, as if it was never there, poof. And mind you, gates are not like small, they're like towering, and it's just gone. We need to get something called the Black Rune. That's a whole thing. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of like puzzles and all to do it. It's pretty cool, but it gives us access to, wait, no, that's something else. Never mind. Let me slow my roll a little. But during that, basically, Kratos starts trusting Atreus more. It's quite beautiful. Almost brought tears to my eyes, you know. The whole game, he's really stern, really not very like kind. He's pretty harsh on Atreus, and like, you know, he's trying to keep him alive, so you like, you know, there's good heart there, but you see multiple times of him clearly holding back from showing like any sign of like anything, and you can tell like Atreus feels pretty, you know, hurt about it. But they really start bonding, and it is such a beautiful progression throughout the game of seeing their bond grow. And Kratos ends up giving his knife to Atreus. And he goes through the story. It is really beautiful. I think I'll probably be showing it right now. If not, I might sound kind of stupid. But basically, he goes on and talks about how he made a knife for himself and then an extra one to one day give his son, and that this was the moment that he was ready. And so he did. He gave him his knife. It was a really beautiful moment. That's why I wrote it down. And this is when things start going downhill for Atreus pretty hard. He's got a bit of a god complex going on, maybe because he actually is one, but bro is like, he's something else, I can tell you that. For this little portion of the game, he really pissed me off so much. He was so annoying. But the other one of Thor's sons who didn't get killed, we see him beaten to a pulp, apparently by Thor. Thor was not too happy that he came back without his brother and without any, and messed him up pretty good. But he was still there, insulting us, and he said some choice words about Atreus' mom, and yeah, Atreus crashed out. I mean, he just ran up. Kratos straight up told him, do not kill him, like he's already down, like there's no need for it, he's already like on his last leg. Atreus was like, screw that, I don't care. He just like insulted my mom, stabs him in the neck, and like kicks him off the chasm. I'll probably show that part. It was crazy. And then his arc continues into being like the most annoying character of all time. Oh my gosh, I could not stand him for like 30 minutes to an hour. It was so bad. But he kind of collected himself, realized that he was not himself, recovered, thank goodness. We ended up getting, I honestly don't, I'm a little iffy on like the timeline. I think it was because of the Black Rune, not 100% sure. I played this whole game in the course of like a week, not even, so you know, I wasn't really like soaking everything in. But we get the Unity Stone, which I think is what allows us to go to Jotunheim, I think. Yeah, pretty sure. And then things, oh yes, that's right. Basically, even though we have that, we can't go to Jotunheim because they need like the vision of someone trusted by the giants to go there. The giants who live in Jotunheim. And Mimir fits that, but he's missing his other eye, and he needs both. So we figure out that his other eye, which was stolen by Odin, was hidden in the statue of Thor, the big statue from very early on in the game. Well, that statue was absolutely munched down by the World Serpent. So we call the World Serpent using this like special horn, and basically Mimir starts, you know, chatting him up. He speaks a dead language, so only Mimir can talk to him in like all of the realms, really. And basically the snakes, yeah, like, okay, like, don't know what you want me to do, but you're welcome to swim inside of me and search for it. Yeah. So what do? We row our little rowboat inside of the freaking world serpent and look for the eye. We find it, but on our way out, something seems wrong. Everything starts shaking, the boat starts almost sinking, which is not good when you're in like swimming in stomach acid of a snake. Eventually, we get spit out though, and we find out that old Balder, the stranger from the beginning, knows we're somewhere and was trying to basically just beat up the snake to get our attention. And yeah, that's where we also find out that Freya is not only the mother of Thor, but Balder's mom as well. And even though he's absolutely crazy and terribly evil, she still loves him and does not want us to kill him, even though he's trying to kill us. And worse, trying to kill her, because she's the one who put the curse on him, making him not be able to feel anything, and I mean anything. No pain, no nothing. He says he can't even feel like the coldness, like he's basically miserable because he can't die and can't feel anything. And so he hates her and wants to kill her. But we're not gonna let that happen, and we're certainly not gonna let him kill us. So we have this whole fight. Basically, he keeps healing because he can't. He's invulnerable to everything, so it seems. But bro punches Atreus into next week. But this is where things get really, really interesting. That piece of the arrow, the green one that I talked about from earlier, that's like still sharp, gets lodged into his hand, and just like that, the curse is broken. His one weakness is that type of arrow. I want to say it's called like mistletoe or something. And that's why Freya burned them all and didn't want us to have them, because that was his one weakness. So, he's actually pretty stoked about feeling pain. Like, bro is a freak. He was like going off about how he can feel it and stuff. But that does not stop him. All is not well. He's still trying to kill Freya and us. But Freya is trying to stop us at all costs. So now we're basically borderline fighting both of them, even though she's been our friend throughout this whole game. The boss fight is crazy. We're just going like back to back with this guy, and finally we basically, you know, he's down. Like he's so beaten down, and Atreus gives us the words of wisdom that we gave him with Thor's son, talking about how like there's no need to kill him. Like he's already, you know, he's done. So we give him we let him know, and I mean we let him know. We're like, do not come after us and do not lay a finger on Freya. What does he do? He immediately goes up to Freya. They talk. She tells him she still loves him, and she's like, but I understand if you have to kill me. And she's like, I'd rather you kill me and like forgive me or whatever than like keep going on like this. I don't even know. Like, she's crazy. I mean, she is crazy. So he starts choking her out. And then I think we like snap his neck, like he's just done. So you think we get so much thanks and praise from Freya, but no, she freaks out on us, promises that she won't stop hunting us until we're dead. She hates us, and the rest of the game, she's hunting us. I started the second game, Ragnarok. She's hunting us so far the entire game. She hates us, so even though we did the right thing by saving her life, she hates us because we killed her son. But it's also like, part of it's like, okay, you're crazy. He was so evil and was actively killing you. But also it's like, yeah, it was still your son that you loved, and we killed him in front of you. So it's like, okay, you know, I kind of see it, but you're still crazy. So that whole thing happened. It was awesome. It was such a good boss fight. And then we head to Jotunheim, and he starts being real honest with Atreus, telling him his like story, where he comes from. He starts going on this monologue, and he's told him, he was like, I'm from a land called Sparta, and he was like talking about like his like past and stuff. His whole backstory and everything, like he shows like this whole time he's had these like bloody like bandages wrapped around his arms, but he gets like towards that peak, or like almost there, and he's like, I finally have nothing left to hide. He just lets them loose, and you see like the chain marks from his past life of being an absolute, literally the God Butcher. It's so amazing. I didn't really talk about it much in this video, but he does, you probably saw in like the fights and stuff that I showed, but he does unbury these blades that I'm guessing he used in the original games. I haven't played them yet, I plan to, so I'm probably missing some context and stuff there, but I'm assuming it's the ones he used back when he was like slaying gods. Hence the chain marks buried in his arms. But yeah, so we use those a lot in this game, but you see the marks from those from his past life of everything. And this is when we find out that Mother is not what we thought she was. She was a giant. And that's why she wanted us to take her to the highest peak, knowing it would be in Jotunheim, which was her home. Somehow, Kratos didn't know that. He says multiple times in the game about Atreus' mom just being a mortal woman. She ain't. And that means that Atreus is part giant, part god. And if you're smart, you'll pick up on another character in Norse mythology who is part giant, part god. I didn't pick up on it until they talked about it. But there's a bunch of prophecy and stuff. Again, I'm going to leave this whole part a little bit vague just so like anyone who's like wanting to play the game now and like, oh, I want to see the ending. I'm trying to be a little vague so you guys can experience it for yourselves. But he does ask the question. So just kind of big spoiler, but I don't know if you really care. Whole video's been a spoiler, so if you're still watching, you probably don't care at this point. At the end, he basically, Trace is asking, he's like, so on some of these, prophecies, like, it's saying my name is Loki. What's up with that? And I'm just like, what? How did I not pick up on this? I guess the key thing is he's not Thor's brother, so like, it steers a little differently. Here's where I'm confused. I don't know if he is Loki or if he was just supposed to be called Loki but is now Atreus, and Loki is someone different, because in the second game they say something about him searching for Loki, and I don't know if that's them saying he's searching for Loki, the god, who is a different person, or if he's like searching for like who Loki was supposed to be. I don't really know, especially because some of his powers that start popping up in the second game are very much Loki-esque. So we'll see. You should watch my video on Ragnarok when it comes out, and we'll find out together. Because I don't know yet, but it is really interesting thinking, like, is this Loki, or was he just maybe called Loki? Either way, it's a cool detail. It blew my mind. A lot of people probably don't care, but I thought it was cool. And yeah, the rest, the little bit rest of the ending, I will not spoil. I'll let you guys experience it. It's a beautiful moment. Again, almost brought me to tears, but because the game was over, and I loved it so much. But also, it was a pretty sad but heartwarming moment. But it was great. Go play the game. Now, for my rating, I'm gonna be fully honest. I'm gonna give this game like a 9.7 out of 10. It was so amazing, genuinely one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. I loved it so much. The story, the gameplay, the characters, everything was amazing. Again, minus a couple of those weird little instances, and I don't think any game is ever going to beat the perfect game, so I can't give it a 10 out of 10. But wow, it was amazing. Go play it. If you have PlayStation Plus, I think you can get it for like free. You can just download it right now. If you don't, I would still buy it. It was genuinely amazing. Highly recommend. That being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Go check out DUBBY. I didn't really mention it during the middle. I was a little preoccupied, absolutely yapping my head off. But yeah, go check out DUBBY. Links down below. Use code JaxonRelaxin for 10% off. And stay tuned for the Ragnarok video. Let me know if you like videos like this. I think I'm going to start doing this a lot more frequently with games I play. That way I can get content out of the games I'm playing in my free time without having to sit down and record them. Pretty genius if you ask me. And I'm pretty sure I was born to yap or something, because this comes pretty naturally to me. The video's not scripted, by the way, if you couldn't tell. Minus the few little notes to jog my memory. I literally just sat here and yapped for 40 minutes, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you do. It would mean a lot. This is definitely the video I've probably put the most time and effort in, especially if you like this style of video. Again, please like and subscribe. That is all. Good.
Lizard, 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 lizard. Lizard.